Welcome to Brotherly Banter, the podcast with three brothers bringing you all the latest insight, hot takes, and heated debates from the world of sports. Whether you're a diehard fan of the NFL, NBA, or MLB, we've got you covered. Right now, we're diving into the NFL season, as well as breaking down everything you need to know about fantasy football, from sleeper picks to must-starts and game-changing strategies. Whether you're gearing up for game day or just looking for some brotherly competition, Brotherly Banter is your go-to for all things sports. So let's get into it. I'm Juan. Some of you know me as JJ, and I will be one of the co-hosts here on the podcast for Brotherly Banter. To just get to know me a little bit better, I'm a Steelers fan through and through. I also love the San Antonio Spurs. Give you some background on what we're doing here. We love to talk sports. We love to argue about sports. We like to give you the best hot takes. So we decided to put this together, not only to give you guys our thoughts, but with our fantasy football that we have in Family Feud, give you a little bit of insight week to week on that as well.
What's up, y'all? My name is Jesus. A lot of y'all know me as Jesus. And I'll be your second co-host here with Brotherly Banter. And I'm excited to bring y'all some sports, baby. Let's get into it. I'm a diehard Dallas Cowboys fan. Always will be, and even though, we've had a rough couple years, I'm strong, thick and thin. So I love it. I love the Spurs, of course, basketball. I'm a Miami Heat fan, too. So I love it. It's been a great time. I appreciate y'all letting me come out here and talk and spending time with us and, talking sports with us, So, again, I'm going to give it over to Aldo again. He's already making a face at me, so I'm going to go ahead and let him talk. Go ahead.
Wait a minute. Did you say a Miami Heat?
No, I heard him say, I love the Spurs. First.
Oh, but did I hear a reference of the Miami Heat?
I did. Hey, Jesus likes to claim he's a Heat fan, but we all know he just said he's a Spurs fan.
Oh, my gosh.
I believe only in the NBA you can have multiple teams that you like. Only in the NBA. In the NFL you can't do that, but in the NBA you can. I got a West team, I got an East team, okay?
No.
I agree to a certain extent.
I'm sorry. I don't agree. But let's just go ahead. I'll put it out there. Aldo, Big Al, diehard Cowboys fan since the day I was born. I bleed silver and blue, baby. Texas Rangers all the way. San Antonio Spurs. Put up your Spurs. Hong Kong. And now I'll throw it back to JJ.
All right, gentlemen. Let's dive straight in. NFL Week 1 recap. We had the season opener with the Chiefs versus Ravens. It was a pretty good game. I want to know what y'all's thoughts are.
Man, that was a great game. And I want to reference both that game and a little bit of the Eagles Green Bay game because they ended up final possession of the game, right? But back to the KC and Baltimore Ravens, man. I just have to throw it out there. Isaiah Likely, man. Isaiah Likely was like the man of the game. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Toe tapping. You know what I'm saying?
He just needs a smaller shoe size and they would have won.
Or get that
Deion Sanders.
Deion Sanders toe surgery, baby.
Yeah, get rid of a toe if you need to, man. You got to do what you got to do.
Dang.
No, I agree. I think it showed a couple things, right? Chiefs are the Chiefs, and they're going to stay the Chiefs.
Absolutely.
I through and through believe that the Chiefs are going to run the AFC, and it's going to run through Kansas City. I also am a Lamar hater because I'm a Steelers fan. And Lamar played pretty average. They could have won that game or at least tied that game if he just made some good passes.
Yeah.
But, it's week 1. There's a lot of things they're going to clean up. But I think the Chiefs are going to run through it.
No, I agree. And Flowers just, I feel for me, I don't think he was there. He was relevant in the game, right? Yeah, he wasn't. He didn't help that team at all, I don't think. Likely was the main guy, main target, and it showed at the end of the game that's who they gave the ball to. Maybe he should have wore some white shoes.
Hey, did you guys hear what Harbaugh said about Derrick Henry? So Derrick Henry had, maybe 10 touches the whole game, or 12 touches?
Yeah, 46 yards, something
like that. Yeah. Harbaugh came out and said this isn't going to be a team where Derrick Henry runs the ball 30 times a game, which when you have the keen running back of all, King Henry, you would assume that you're going to take the load off Lamar Jackson and give Henry the ball 15, 20, 25 times a game, no?
No, I agree.
I agree with that too. You know what I mean? you don't want to be one-dimensional and just throwing all over the place there. But honestly, their offensive line, I mean, do you trust them to, push the defensive line forward? Like, King Henry does always fall, like, 5 yards forward, right? But just the way the game, played out, it kind of dictated them to go away from the run. And they were playing from behind. You know what I mean? At one point in time, once the Chiefs started rolling, that was it. They had to start throwing.
Yeah, and I have it right here. It's 13. They handed the ball 13 times for 46 yards, 1 touchdown. So, I mean,
not a recipe for success.
No. And I thought this year for Henry leaving Tennessee, like, this was going to be his year, right?
Oh, yeah.
This is where he's going to, like, show them that he could still do it. And although he did, get that 1 touchdown, like, I don't think whenever they handed him the ball, like, he didn't get those 5 yards or, automatic, right? So I don't think he definitely did or showed us that, hey, I'm still relevant.
Yeah.
So,
I will say it was a great way to open up the season. What a start. 2 big powerhouse teams. 2 teams we're definitely going to see in the playoffs for sure.
Absolutely.
All right,
do we want to see them in the playoffs?
Yeah, I do not want to see the Ravens in the playoffs. But just a little snippet. Steelers are number 1 in the division, only undefeated team.
You're welcome. Dallas Cowboys helped with that.
All right, let's talk a little bit for Mark, and some of those Eagles fans out there. We had the first game in Brazil. Eagles ended up winning that one 34-29. Jalen Hurts, a little bit sloppy at first, but they cleaned it up going to the second half. That field, though, oh my God. It was almost as bad as the Super Bowl when Eagles and Chiefs were playing. So I think it was a good game. I really like Jordan Love, so I'm a little sad that he got hurt in that game. But I thought it was good. What do y'all think?
I think Saquon is the truth. Besides the turf, like he didn't get the turf monster. He ran what was it? I got it right here, I believe. Let's see. 24 carries, 109 yards, 2 touchdowns. Then he had the one nasty catch at the corner of the pylon. Man, that was like he had the hat trick. He's amazing. So, man, I can't stand that they got him, but he's great.
Yeah, Giants GM is definitely punching the air right now.
No, yeah, Saquon, man. I mean, that was a loss for a lot of teams in the offseason, right? When they were trying to pick him up, offer him that money. But, man, I hate to say it, Eagles, I guess, picked him up and
made a move.
Yeah.
They made a move.
Yeah.
Who knows? It could be a NFC Championship type move for them. It could be.
I wish y'all could see my face right now.
Hey, shout out to Jaden Reed, though. He went off absolutely nuts. 4 catches, 138 yards for a tutty. I don't think that's going to be every week. I know some people are saying that it is. Christian Watson is the true number 1 receiver. When you're the true number 1, obviously you get the double coverage, safety over the top. So I don't think that people are going to leave Jaden Reed open all the time, but he did go crazy. That was definitely someone in fantasy that no one expected. I'm sure he was on a lot of people's benches.
I see Josh Jacobs, too, man. Like, he kind of had a subpar game. I mean, he was held to 84 yards. I don't think he got a touchdown, did he? No touchdowns. Yeah, he averaged like 5.2 yards a carry, but still, it's not going to get it done. You got to get a touchdown.
No, I agree. He's on my team, and I was pissed.
No, but A.J. Brown, though. A.J. Brown
he had a
good game. Good game. 10 catches, 5 receptions, 119 yards? I mean,
pretty solid.
Yeah, pretty good.
All right, now let's go into some of our favorite team results here. Me being a Steelers fan, we got the dub. We beat the Falcons. It wasn't pretty, but we still got the win. Our tried and true kicker, Chris Boswell, 6 for 6, 3 over 50 plus. Most accurate kicker in the NFL from 50 plus. If we can trust anybody, we're going to trust in Boz always. Justin Fields was our starter because Russell Wilson did get hurt, had a calf injury. Jesus knows a little bit about calf injuries. Supposedly Mike Tomlin's saying they're prepping the week with Justin Fields. They're going to see how Russell Wilson goes. I'm just glad we got the dub. We're going to go into this week facing the Broncos. I'm excited. We're 1-0. I believe all of our teams are 1-0 here. That's results of Steelers game. What about you guys?
For me, obviously it would be the Cowboys, right? But I'm gonna give that one to Aldo because I already know he wants to talk about that.
No. I'm good. You go ahead and talk about it.
I got one. I think the Patriots-Bengals was just crazy. Completely. No one expected the Patriots to come out here, go into the jungle, and punch Joe Burrow in the mouth, bro.
Yeah.
Punch, Chase in the mouth. It was crazy.
Fuck Joe Burrow.
And I had Stevenson on the bench just for our fantasy.
You're crazy, bro.
Yeah.
He's still a starting.
I mean, who would have thought? Who would have thought,
No,
right?
I mean, yeah, well, I mean, you give all the money to Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. I mean, they ain't got a defense, so I mean, I kind of expected it, honestly.
Hey, y'all see the little speculation about Joe Burrow being hurt? Remember that wrist injury he had last year that put him out for the season? Well, same wrist. He's coming back, flexing it, trying to shake it out. Had trouble picking up a water bottle on the sideline. So people are speculating that Joe Burrow actually might not be good for this season.
Slim Shady.
Not surprised. I'm not surprised. I feel like he's been injured since he entered the league, so it's something that's not going to go away.
That's true. Built like glass. Fuck the Bengals.
And now I want to go back to the Barkley. I did play Barkley this week against the Bucks
in the
family feud, and he destroyed me, man. Like 33.20 points. And man, that was right off the bat. I was already like, I know I lost that week. And I want to give a shout out to Christopher Robin. Hey, he ain't lying about that Josh Allen. Hey, Josh Allen killed me this week too.
We'll get into that fantasy in just a sec. Aldo, what about your Cowboys? Tell us what happened.
Oh man, the Cowboys played well. I want to say I expected a lot from the Cleveland Browns. Look, a lot of people who know me know that I'm like Cowboys through and through. But if I had to pick a second team, the Browns are my second team, and to see them play,
what the fuck?
Hey, I don't know, something about that doo-doo brown. I just like. I don't know, but those uniforms are pretty nice.
That's nasty.
This guy wants to be a loser.
I was hoping for them to lose, obviously, because I want my Cowboys to win. But I expected a lot more from the Browns. So I thought they would have been a lot better on the offensive side of the ball. They kind of disappointed me. Deshaun Watson, regardless of the off the field stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, he can ball. He balled in Houston. He did. He did.
This ain't Houston anymore, baby.
It's definitely not Houston anymore.
And I thought he would have at least been able to ball here. He has some weapons with Amari and Joku. Chubb's out, right? But I thought he would have still been able to help that team and push them in the offensive side of the ball. The defense did pretty well, but man, they kind of disappointed me this week.
I will say, as much as I hate the Browns, the offensive line for the Browns, they had 2 backup right tackles.
Yeah.
So the defensive line for the Cowboys, all credit to them. They were going crazy. I think they led the league in pressures this week. But yeah, I will say the Browns did have 2 backup tackles. I will say too, also though, that I'm not rooting for Deshaun Watson. I don't think he has the talent anymore that he used to in Houston. Not the same quarterback. Doesn't look the same. Misses passes. Runs when he doesn't need to.
Now, would you say that's just because he's over, or are you saying that's maybe because he's like over his prime, or
I think he's past his
or
prime.
maybe there's an issue going on that we just don't know about? Because let's say Baker Mayfield didn't do so well in Cleveland, but now he's in Tampa and he's on fire.
So you think it's the staff? You think it's the Browns organization that just doesn't know how to actually manage the pieces? Is that what you're saying?
Maybe because
he couldn't
run, he can scramble, and if he had to throw the ball, he has an arm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you also got to remember he has Amari Cooper, bro. And Amari Cooper, who the Cowboys miss.
Nah. Let's be honest.
I say I miss him.
We do miss him, but
Coop.
Why did he leave the Raiders? Because he couldn't catch.
Traded.
But why did they let him go? Because he couldn't what at the time. He couldn't really catch. Let's be honest. He couldn't really catch at the time. Like he did have
could not catch
in the Raiders. If you look at his stats, I think he dropped a lot of the balls. He dropped more balls than he had catches.
We're talking about young Amari Cooper.
No, but
once he got the
once he got the Cowboys,
Dallas,
of course, he was fire. But at the same time, I'm saying, there was some cat throws that he had going his way that he should have caught and he didn't.
But you got to think that they're not getting the Raiders Amari Cooper. They're getting prime Dallas Cowboys leading receiver Amari Cooper.
So are you going to say that Deshaun Watson is not prime?
Yes, I 100% am going to say Deshaun Watson is not prime. Everything that we knew about Deshaun Watson before the massages, is gone.
So no. You see, now you're bringing in the off the field.
No.
He can still play.
No. What I'm saying is that
he can still play.
I'm saying Houston, Deshaun Watson, gone. You're never going to see that Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun can play. Deshaun can play.
He can play. He just can't play well.
I would like to see it's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe if we could do like some kind of like crazy like a Madden game, put Deshaun Watson like with the Chiefs. Let's see what he does. Like, you know what I mean? Let's just see what happens. But I mean, I feel like it's not just Deshaun Watson, which he probably does have a play in it because he does look like just a shadow of himself.
No, he does.
But I really do think it also a lot to do with that organization. I just feel like they just don't know what they want to do. You know, so it is what it is.
So full rebuild. I wouldn't say a full rebuild as far as I wouldn't say a rebuild as far as the players. Maybe the staff.
So how many times do they have to rebuild the staff?
When have they rebuilt the staff?
You know how many head coaches they've had in the past 10 years?
Where are they getting these head coaches from, though?
Around the league. That's what teams do. They get defensive coordinators. They get offensive coordinators. They get people from in the league. It's probably what Jesus is saying. The Browns is just the Browns, and that's how the organization is run all the time.
Maybe. I mean, I don't think he's a shell of himself. He can throw the ball. He can run. He can scramble if we need him to, and make plays and keep plays alive.
Yeah.
He just, I don't know. Maybe it's play calling.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now, a little bit about the Bucs, just to kind of satisfy Robin, you know. Baker Mayfield did go crazy, but I will say, are we going to overhype the Bucs in Week 1 when they play the Commanders, or are the Bucs legit contenders?
I don't know, man. Like I know the Commanders ain't got a defense, right? Because I mean we've been
at all.
We've been knowing this. You know what I mean? They traded everybody. They traded what was it? Young? What was his name?
Chase Young.
Chase Young. There it is. Chase. They got rid of Chase Young. They got rid of Sweat. They they're in rebuild mode. We all know this, right? So I think Baker Mayfield had a great game. You know what did he have? He had 24 for 30, 289, and 4 tutties. Dang, well that's a good game, bro. But I mean, I could probably put up like 2 tutties against the against the Commanders. So you know, it is what it is, man. What do you think, Otto?
I mean, I've always liked Baker Mayfield, even though he's a Oklahoma guy. I mean, even when he was in Cleveland, I've rooted for this guy. I hope he did well, and he did do well in Cleveland for a little bit. And you know, he just had a little spurt where he just didn't do well.
Injuries.
And then he went to LA, right? Yeah. And did really good.
He did well, yeah.
And then they brought him to Tampa, and you know, they believed in him, and that's all he needed. And man, he's doing good. 61.8% success rate on the drop back. So I mean, that's really good for him. And then it helps that he has Mike Evans. You know what I'm saying? And true. Gooden's good up there. So
I have a buddy, Johnny. He is huge on Baker Mayfield. He thinks that guy's a stud for sure.
No, I love Baker Mayfield, and I'm always going to root for him. Try to be successful wherever he goes, and I hope here and he found his place in Tampa. I mean, I'm not saying he's the guy that's going to take them to the Super Bowl, we'll see. But I mean, they have the team. You know, the defense is decent. The offensive line is still pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so
I mean, it's just hard for me to just root for anyone that comes out of the Browns. Being a Steelers fan, I just can't do it. You know.
You know, I love the Browns a little bit in the bottom of my heart.
We gotta move on from the Browns, man. But, you know, I will say that Baker Mayfield, with the way he played, he distributed the ball. You know, like he had, I think, 4 players above like 60 yards or close to that, and that's great. You know, so for that, Baker Mayfield is my Voodoo Ranger player of the year. Of the week.
Voodoo Ranger of the week. Okay. I like it.
We're not sponsored.
Yet.
To kind of wrap up NFL recap so we can get into some Family Feud stuff here, let's get into our favorite highlight of the week or our favorite matchup of the week. Something for me, I don't know if you guys have seen anything about the Colts, but Anthony Richardson, he got hurt last year in his rookie campaign. I think he only played 4 or 5 games, something like that, until Minshew Magic had to come out and help the Colts out.
Yeah.
But his first game back, they played the Texans, and let's not forget, the Texans went on rookie year with C.J. Stroud and balled out last season. They faced the Texans to open up the season, and they barely lost. But I don't know if you guys saw Anthony Richard, the specimen that he is, do a 60-yard bomb for a touchdown after he just slipped off his back foot.
To Alec Pierce, bro, off his back foot. That was crazy, man. That was a good pass. Even I did see on that Bleacher Report, Michael Parsons, what is it, The Edge? They talked about that there too, man. They showed a little graph, and it was crazy, man. Like, great throw.
Yeah, even Bill Belichick had some
yeah, dude is crazy. He's huge. He weighs a lot, but he's muscular. He runs the ball well. This dude's probably going to be if he can stay healthy, right? That's been his thing. I saw this crazy stat that since high school, he's only started like 20-something games, which is kind of concerning, right? Considering that he missed mostly all season last season. If he stays healthy, the Colts could do something in the playoffs in the AFC.
Yeah, they got a good defense. They got the running game. We know JT can run. You know what I mean? They got receivers out there. You know what I mean? They got Alec Pierce. They got who's their main guy? What's
Michael Pittman?
Michael Pittman. That's right. Mo Ali Cox. They got a couple of guys out there.
All right. What about?
I mean, he went right here. I have his stats. He went 9 for 19, 212 yards, 2 TDs, and 1 interception. I mean, that's not bad. So
that's not 19 passes and 212 yards. You know how many quarterbacks in the league on opening season threw for like 150 yards on 20, 30-something passes? It's not bad. Jesus, what about you? What's your highlight from the week?
Man, my highlight for the week is kind of a crazy one, man. Because, I mean, that game was terrible. I'm pretty sure it got no air footage, man. But it was the Vikings and Giants when, what's his name, man? Alvin, is it Alvin? Or let me look at my notes. Andrew Van Winkle, man. That edge, when he caught that interception from, what's his name? Daniel Jones, man. Ran it in for the 10-yard touchdown, interception touchdown. That was beautiful. That was a nice little. You don't see that. Last time you saw that was like, we did see that last year with Raiders and Chargers when they did that. He put up like 70 points on them. But still, I mean, it was just good to see it. And man, and a side note, man, those New York Giants jerseys were the ugliest things you could ever put on TV. I want to burn my eyes for seeing that shit.
Hey, history, man. It's 100 years, 105 years or something of the NFL. That's all right. They were pretty ugly.
Yeah, they were pretty ugly for sure.
Go ahead, Aldo. What was your highlight of the week one, man?
So I had one, but I think I brought two now. So my first highlight of the week was, man, Christian McCaffrey not starting or not playing. Like, that was a shocker. Like, I didn't see that coming for sure. And then my number two highlight of the week was, man, them Saints.
Oh yeah,
man, that was a crazy game.
Yeah, but I mean, they're going up against Bryce Young and a rebuilding Panthers team.
The worst team in the league.
Hey, but they looked good though. They look good. I mean, Derek Carr looked good. But we'll see. We'll see week two. We'll see how they.
Week two, they got to come into the dome, to Jerry World, man.
Hey, we'll see.
Right.
We already know how that's going to turn out, but it is what it is.
Yeah. All right. Let's end NFL Week 1 recap with way too early takes. Jesus, what's a way too early take for you right now?
Man, the Chiefs are the Chiefs, man. They are definitely the front runners for the Super Bowl, man. I could see San Francisco Chiefs rematch going the same way, though. I feel like Xavier Worthy and Rasheed White are just amazing, man. God, they struck gold with Xavier Worthy, man.
What about you, Aldo?
First NFL takes the Bears QB. What's his name?
Go Bears. What's his name? Caleb Williams. Yeah.
Williams. Like, I know they didn't do so well offensive side of the ball, but I don't think he's gonna really pan out the way they think that he's panning out. Even though they're talking about first rookie number 1 pick to win their first game, but. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's going to pan out like they think he's going to pan out. He's going to have some growing pains still.
Yeah. For sure.
But they're kind of hyping up that first win. Like, it was him, Caleb Williams, right?
Yeah. I mean, he did come out and say that he had a bad game, and they're lucky they got the win. But I don't know. That's a big take right there. Caleb Williams not panning out.
Yeah. I'm not saying he's not going to be their guy, but, they cut Justin Fields, how many years in? 2 years?
4.
4 years?
Yeah.
Dang, I don't remember QB1. Netflix, that's been a while. I don't remember last time I watched that. But, that's why I noticed Justin Fields. But, I'm saying he's still a kid, and they didn't give him a chance. I don't think they gave him a chance from when they first brought him in. But they're kind of doing the same thing with Caleb, but they're kind of hyping him up to this first win. And I watched the post game, And Caleb was like, yeah, I know he admitted he didn't really do much, but he kind of took in that accepting of the first win. Like he didn't really do anything.
Yeah.
So we still have to see what he brings to the table as far as QB for the Bears. But
okay.
I don't think.
Let me see. I think my early hot take. Steelers are going to win the division. After game one, seeing our defense, TJ Watt, go out there and just dominate for 4 quarters, carry that team from start to finish, I'm convinced. Steelers are going to win the division. We'll make the playoffs. I don't know if TJ's healthy, then we'll win a playoff game. But I think Steelers are going to take it.
Jeez.
It's crazy. They call Cowboys fans Delulu. And you hear the shit come out this dude's mouth like that's wild.
You Delulu.
Don't make me pull up the messages of Jesus.
I'm gonna throw another one out there that threw me right at game day, right at game time. Man, that Dak Prescott contract. Like, they were negotiating this all the way till game time.
The bullshit that we had to deal with in the offseason, man. Like, oh, he's gonna play on his last year. He's probably gonna go to free agency.
He's going to the Raiders.
Dude, Jerry Jones fucks with us too goddamn much, bro.
They literally got this done prior to the game starting.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I was like, wait a minute, what?
I like that.
I actually thought about it. Well, my bad. Like I was looking at the news feeds, and I was like, wait a minute, is this actual source? Like is this real?
Yeah, when I saw it on TV, I was like, yes, finally, man.
Yeah.
Hey, but how much cap space do the Cowboys have? Michael Parsons is going to want a max contract.
Listen. We have about $32, and we can give him that and some.
Well, I think because of the guarantee. I think because of the guarantee, it kind of it still helps him. But I don't know. Obviously, I'm not in that business. I don't know how that works. As far as I was do more research, but I'm pretty sure they structured it to a point where they're still gonna keep Michael Parsons and pay him. And then they're not gonna pay Dak and then pay CD right before the season starts and not think about we have one of the best defensive players.
I don't think Michael's due until next year.
Yeah, so, next year. After this year, he's due.
So then you have to think, right? You're gonna have 3 guys in your team accounting for 75 or 80% of your salary cap.
No, but look, they got all these young guys. Overshown's good. He looks good. And they're bringing these guys in from Minnesota. What's his name?
Eric Hendricks.
And he played well. Hey, we finally got linebackers. You know what I'm saying?
Finally, man. Overshown, I definitely agree with that because he was flying all over the place, man. There was one where Deshaun was rolling out and he had a clear lane. All of a sudden, you see a beam of light just go through and it's Overshown. I'm like, man, this dude he just tore his ACL last year. Yeah. He looks great.
No, he looks good. He looks promising. And the defensive side of the ball looks really good.
So you're taking the 49ers route. You pay everybody else, and while you have rookie contracts or young contracts, pay them as little as possible.
How many times have the 49ers gone to the Super Bowl in the past,
That's true. 2 times in the past 5 years?
Hey, 2 times in the past 5 years. Hey, if we can get one, I'm happy.
Jacksonville, bro.
Nah. I'm not a Jacksonville fan. I think Miami's in the cusp of maybe going.
They're there pretty every year. They're they just towards the end of the season.
Didn't they lose to KC last year?
Yeah, because they played in a frozen tundra.
So
yeah, they apparently I heard Stephen A. say some crazy shit.
I'm not saying that KC is the team to beat, but I'm gonna say no. I don't know, man. I think Miami might be the team to beat.
No.
Miami?
Yeah.
No, they struggled against fucking Jacksonville, bro. And I'm not saying nothing bad about Jacksonville because they got pieces, but their defense, name somebody out their defense besides Josh Allen. Everybody know that. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So, no, Kansas City is the team to beat. They played a tough team. Lamar Jackson, I know the dude hates on him. Bro, that dude is so hard to get on the field. That guy literally ran all over Kansas City, brought them all back, and Kansas City's a tough team.
Yeah, bro. But you got Tyreek Hill, Waddle. Tua can throw the ball.
You got A-Chain, Mostert.
Yeah.
But that's what they were last year.
Yeah, though. But look who they lost to, right?
Chiefs.
Exactly. So you think they're going to let that happen again this year? I don't know.
Well, let's talk about the Chiefs. Who the Chiefs got? Go ahead.
Chiefs got Travis Kelce. They got Xavier Worthy, Rashee Rice. Xavier Worthy looks like he's going to be nice.
Oh, well, let's just be honest. Xavier Worthy is a guy. Where'd he come from?
Texas.
And how fast is his 40?
Fastest.
What was it,
4.23.
Hey, he's faster than Chris Johnson. So,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Xavier Worthy,
Hey,
I'll root for him all
I
day.
was telling Isaiah was like, nah, they're not going to use him. They got Rasheed Rice. They got Travis Kelce.
And he has hands,
two
man.
tutties, bro. He got 2 tutties.
And he has hands.
One of them was on the ground, too. He ran that shit. And, dude, you know what was crazy, too? Is like, none of y'all said Isaiah Pacheco. That motherfucker ran all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they have a squad. They also have a defense. Y'all forgot, what's his name?
We also forgot the best one of them all. The best quarterback in the league, Patrick Mahomes.
Do the voice.
I just
do
can't.
the voice.
I just can't do it.
Yeah, I'm Patrick Mahomes, and I'm just going to throw to Travis Kelce. Where's Taylor Swift?
That's perfect.
I just gotta support Texas Tech, man. I just
I like it. Yeah, shout out Texas Tech. My fiance is what she got.
Yeah, I represent all Texas teams, man. Baylor, TCU, like
T
I love
all the
them
way
all,
only.
All right, so let's get into some Family Feud football.
Oof.
Little bit of an intro for those of you who don't know, whoever may be listening. Intro to our league. It's our Family Feud league with a bunch of family that we have. It's a 12-team league. We are going on year 12 of our fantasy football league. And it's super fun, man. Every year, we have draft party. We do live drafts. We do punishments for people who come in last place. Last couple years, John lost 2 years ago, so he didn't get the punishment because he's in Hawaii. Nick actually did do a punishment when we went to Cigar International, and I commend him for that because it was funny. So yeah, it's a super fun league. We've been doing it a long time. Great way to go back and forth with our group chat and just kind of have some fun with fantasy football. Aldo, go ahead and tell us a little bit about our commissioner and some reigning champ.
So our commissioner is Mark. He's been holding it down for us with the league, and he's done a really great job. Adapted to the different styles as far as points and rules. So it's tough because we all wanted to benefit ourselves, right? Because we all want to win.
Collusion.
Hey, let's not get into that collusion trade, baby. Let's not get into that collusion trade.
The Family Feud league is still under investigation. That the officials are still under investigation. That has not changed. That trade in the beginning is still under investigation. Just so for the people listening, just like the week 1 started, our week 1 started with a trade. Isaiah Pacheco, what was it? Isaiah Pacheco and T. Higgins, Derrick Henry, and
Calvin Ridley.
That's right, Calvin Ridley. Just out of the blue, how does that happen? How do we not get a veto of that? You know what I mean?
And that's the tough part about being the commissioner, right? Approving and denying these trades and things
Absolutely.
like that.
I just gotta give them shit.
Yeah, no, I do
Okay,
too.
well, what do y'all think though? Should it be a league voted veto or commissioner voted veto?
There is no right or wrong answer. I don't think. I mean, at the end of the day, for me in the league, in any league, I'll say like, hey, whatever's going to benefit me, right? I'm going to go for that because I want to win. It's not free league, right? Where we all pay into this league, and Rick, who is our reigning champ 3 years in a row.
Richard.
That's what I said. But no, Richard, right? He's our reigning champ 3 years in a row.
We've been paying this goddamn Tesla this whole year, man.
He drives a Tesla?
He does.
It's clean.
Plaid Tesla.
He drives a plaid Tesla?
Plaid
What?
Tesla. It's dirty, bro.
Oh, he's losing this year. He's got hey, whatever trade y'all need done, let me know. He's losing this. I'm joking.
Yeah, shout out to Richard.
Yeah,
for sure,
good job,
He's
man.
been killing it.
Yeah.
I tried to plan my drafts based off what he's doing, because then if I do that, then I might win finally. But
I tried that last year. It didn't work.
shout out to Richard for sure. He's going for the 4-peat, but we're not going to let that happen this year.
No, we putting all our chips in to stop that damn 4-peat though. But hey, how could you say that you mimicked his drafting strategy when Aldo last year you drafted like 3 fucking kickers, man? What you talking about? You drafted his strategy, man.
Hey, those kickers came in clutch. Pun intended, baby. But I always try to sit next to Rich so that way I can hey,
is this cheat?
It ain't cheating. It ain't collusion. I was like, hey man, is this a good pick? Nah, I'm joking. But hey, last year was I tried a different strategy, didn't pan out. But we'll see what happens this year.
Yo, week 1, real quick, just shout out to Robin. He led the whole entire league with points scored, 146.28 points on week 1. He is currently number 1 in the league. probably the highest he's ever scored in fantasy football.
Who did he play?
He played.
Let's not mention who he played.
He played you. Hey,
oh man,
hey.
I was upset. Hey, honestly, on Monday night I thought I had a chance because I thought Debo was gonna like hook it up, but man, 49ers, man, they just have so many weapons.
I thought
except for McCaffrey because he didn't play.
That's fucked up. No, but I thought that too. I thought like once they listed that McCaffrey was out, I thought Debo was going to turn back into the wide back and shoot. Jordan Mason stepped up. I couldn't believe it, but that's neither here nor there, man. Like shoot, Robin had like 6 freaking running backs. Josh Allen was like a running back basically. So it's just he drafted great.
No,
hopefully he can sustain that for the whole season. But I'm ready to derail that.
I'm looking at his whole lineup, and
There's
really
3 guys that got him all his stuff.
No, even his bench, man. His bench had him some points that I was like, man, why didn't he start him? But everybody else, I mean, his defense, I think that was a heart pick, because he picked Bucks. But besides that, like, I mean, he picked up he did draft pretty well.
But check this out though. 31 points from Josh Allen, right? You'll probably expect anywhere between 20 and 30 points from Josh Allen every week.
Let's bring up that Josh Allen. What did he reference that day when we were drafting about Josh Allen for the previous year?
That he was the number 1 points getter.
And he was again this week.
So that's what I'm saying. He was in top 3 in points scored this week in fantasy football. I think Jaden Reed outdid him with 33 points, something like that. But he's going to get 20 to 30 points from Josh Allen every week. I don't think he's going to get 33 points from Saquon Barkley every week.
Probably not. But
Cooper Kupp,
I mean, for week 1, right? 31 from Allen, 33 from Barkley.
So just right there, 95, 96 of his points came from 3 guys. I feel
Puka.
like
So
Puka got hurt.
Puka got hurt.
So I think
32.
Yeah. So Cooper Kupp got 32. I think teams are going to adjust to that, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, at the same time, Wilson only had 12. I think he would have probably done better. I don't know what happened with the Jets week 1 against the Niners. Well, obviously they played the Niners, right?
They're
But
solid.
that was kind of contradicting to his team. But I don't know. I mean, I think Wilson's gonna have a better game next week. We'll see. But
I think that was the Jets' hardest challenge.
Yeah, for sure.
To start off the season was the Niners.
I mean, yeah, I got to say the Bucks, which is Robin, really drafted well this year.
I'll say this too, man, in our league, man. So, like, if Robin's on the top, who's on the bottom?
The number 1 pick.
Sosa.
Hey, but McCaffrey didn't play, man.
Nah, you got to plan. You always have to have a game plan.
But, Robin, hey, back to Robin's point. He did say CMC. Like, that's not who you want to draft number 1.
This injury came out of nowhere, though.
Did it, though?
It did.
Maybe Robin knows something we didn't know.
Robin's Adam Schefter, the new insider.
I mean,
listen,
that was a specific thing he said. He was like, you don't go number 1 with CMC.
He did say that. We did kind of know that CMC was going in there with like some kind of calf injury. Remember that? We all heard about it. We didn't think it was going to hinder him from playing.
Yeah.
But I feel like Robin was on point with that.
He was on point.
It was.
And I'm looking at his bench, man, and he has Flowers, Judy. Judy did really well with the Browns. I mean, better than he does in the Browns. Yeah. He had 11.5, and I think Flowers had a down game. I think that's probably one of the down games he's going to have this year. But I think the rest of the year he's going to come out and he's going to do well.
Let's be realistic here. Christian McCaffrey comes back. He's good to go. He's healthy. You don't think he's putting up 15, 20 points a game?
I don't know.
I do. I think so.
It's
honestly,
a long season.
Listen, if Jordan Mason is scoring, who is that dude? Right?
But he's healthy.
Okay, understand. But like a healthy when CMC, obviously they're taking their time with CMC to get him healthy. Once he is healthy, bro, that's a guaranteed 20 points.
How many times does CMC touch the ball though a game? I mean, it's a lot. You know what I'm saying?
I say like 15, 20.
That's a lot, especially for a back. You know what I'm saying? Like, when is his prime? Is he past his prime?
It's worked for them the past 2 years. He's in his prime. The past 2 years, it's worked for them. All the touches he gets, that whole Niners offense has been a machine. And when you have a top 3 offensive line, you can run the ball like you just did. They just
top 3 or
top 3. They have a top 3.
What are they? They're not number 1.
Last time we checked, when we were at Fantasy, they were number 3.
Okay, number 3. Okay, because the Jets have the number 1 offensive line, which didn't show this weekend.
The Jets?
Yes, which didn't show this weekend.
I think if I'm not mistaken, the Jets were number 5. I'm gonna check right now.
I don't know. I thought they were the number 1 offensive line, but they after this week they're probably definitely dropped. I think the Cowboys had a really good offensive line. Again, I'm biased, but I think their offensive line did really well.
Well, I wanted to touch on that real quick because we had 2 rookies starting.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, Myles Garrett, is the best defensive man. I mean, he had, who was he? What was he? Defensive player of the year last year, wasn't he?
Pretty good. He is.
Cap.
He is one of the top. He is one of the top 5.
But I will say this.
He's at 5.
I will say this. Look, Tyler Guyton did a really good job in the beginning. At first, man, Myles Garrett was having his way with him. Like, I think he caused a fumble with Dak. We still recovered it, but Tyler Guyton, he's definitely like baptized by fire, and I love that. That's the way to do it. Baptized by fire. He handled his own. In the beginning it was rough, and he got it done, man. So again, another shout out to that offensive line, man. That's
and again, I know I was saying that they were like the number 1 offensive line for the Jets, but this is like preseason, right? Once the season actually starts, it's a completely different ballgame, right?
So they got the Eagles actually having the number 1 offensive line. San Francisco follows
now.
Yeah, this is 2024. Yeah, now.
But like today, week 2, or
no, today. Yeah, today.
Yeah. So I think prior to
San Fran, Kansas City, Dallas, and surprisingly on this list, it has the Bengals right.
Yeah, so I think that's probably all after week 1. But I think preseason wise, I think Jets were ranked number 1 at the time. But obviously, after week 1's games, it's all changed. But it didn't show for the Jets.
Yeah,
for sure.
Cool.
But I mean, we'll see what happens week 2. I mean,
so yeah, going into week 2 for fantasy matchups, I think the game of the week that we have highlighted this week in our Family Feud Fantasy League, we got the Bucks, Robin, going against Storm the Court, Mark, 1 and 2, both top of the league right now. It's very early, but top 2 teams, top scoring teams last week, going into this week's matchup. Let's see, who do you think is going to get the most points on Robin's team? We got Josh Allen facing Miami, which is always a good matchup for them.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great matchup. I mean, right off the bat, 1 versus 2, right? Robin 1, Mark number 2, Storm the Court. I mean, from what I'm looking at right now, it looks like Storm the Court is projected to win, but not by very much, maybe like 3 points it has here. I think it's going to come down to the running backs, honestly. I mean, you got Philly versus Atlanta, which I think Barkley might still have a good game on a Monday night. But, I mean, you got Pacheco versus Cincinnati. I mean, that's going to be...
That Cincinnati defense is terrible.
Yeah, so, I mean, Pacheco might have a good game. Or maybe Travis Kelce might have a great game, right? I don't know. It just depends on who Patrick Mahomes feel like giving the ball to, I guess.
Yeah, Travis Kelce definitely hoed me on my parlay last week.
But I honestly, I think when it comes down to those 2, I think it's going to come down to the running backs. That's going to determine who takes that game for sure, or that game of the week.
Yeah, I think that's. I think they're actually going to even each other out, to be honest. Because I mean, Saquon and McLaughlin, you know what I mean? McLaughlin, you know what I mean? He's not Saquon. He's definitely not Breece Hall, and he's definitely not Isaiah Pacheco. So I think the edge will go to Mark when it comes to the running backs. But there's a third running back we didn't mention again is Josh Allen. Like he is the third running back on that team. But I think the point that he has Cooper Kupp and Garrett Wilson, and you saw Rodgers was feeding him. Rodgers was feeding Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, so, and he had a few drops. Passes.
He did. So they're going to clean that up. You know what I mean? First jitters, so they're going to clean that up. I think honestly, in my opinion, I think the Bucks will come out with the win. It won't be as decisive as when he beat Aldo really, really bad, but it will be a close game.
It wasn't that bad, man. Come on, it wasn't that bad.
Hey, I'll point out though. You say Josh Allen is another running back. He only rushed for 39 yards. Jalen Hurts.
No, but he had a TD.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts rushed for 33 yards. So
yeah, but no TDs.
That's true.
So that makes.
So maybe we see tush push, or maybe
tush push ain't what it used to be.
Yeah,
Kelce's gone.
After
but I'm gonna say, like, after looking at this matchup between them 2, it could go either way. I mean, they look pretty similar. Like even the defenses, right? You got the Bucks. The Bucks are playing Detroit. I mean, I think I think Detroit's still a good team, but I mean, I think the Bucks have a better defense.
Shout out to James Williamson, right? He helped me in my other league, man. He had a couple of bombs. Thank God, man.
And then you got the Chargers with storming the court against the Panthers.
Rick took a bad loss this past week when that whole entire overtime drive with the Detroit Lions, they put in David Montgomery, and that's how he ended up losing because they used David Montgomery the whole way.
Oh, they didn't use Gibbs at all, right? Oh, yeah, that killed him. You know what's so funny? I was with Isaiah, he was playing Isaiah, which is, Watson the Tower, what is his name? Watson the Tower. And, it was close, 129, 126, it was super close, but, I mean, I was watching that with Isaiah, and Isaiah was sweating bullets, but, I mean, he was, as soon as he saw, David Montgomery was in, and Gibbs was getting some water, man, he was confident, and they ended up winning that. That's great. That was a good game, man. A great Sunday night game, man.
No, for sure. I'm really excited about this week's matchup. I'm actually excited to see the Bucks play storm the court, and I mean, I think they're fairly similar as far as their drafts. I mean, they look pretty close to like. It's gonna come down to like the last game, I think.
Yeah.
No,
I agree. Sure. Okay, waiver wire predictions. Waiver wires to look out for. What do you guys think?
Man, I got a waiver wire pick already. We all know I got that Puka. He's out. So right now I'm trying to get that DeMarcus Robinson, man. DeMarcus Robinson, I think he's gonna pull through. He's gonna go and show what he's got for the Rams. So I think he's one of those potential waiver wire wins that people want to look at, because if you need a wide receiver, he's the one to pick. And that's my waiver wire.
Jesus, what about your thoughts?
I mean, those people that maybe had Jordan Love and is looking for a quarterback, there's two right now, honestly. You got Justin Fields out there right now, and you got Baker Mayfield still out there in our league. So both, I feel like Justin Field has the running upside, the rushing upside, and I feel in my heart a mobile quarterback just gets those extra points. So, that's one out there. And then just Baker, like, again, he's been tearing it up. So I feel like he's on the waiver wire. So those Jordan lovers that won't have Jordan Love, man, there's still some hope for you, man.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, Jordan's not out for the season, right? Thank goodness.
He's going to play this week.
Ooh, MCL? I don't know.
No, that's at least 3 weeks.
Yeah, I give him at least 3 weeks.
On the street.
But either way, for the waiver wire, I mean, I would put Baker over Justin, because Justin played last week and didn't do so well. They're another team that depended more on the defense than the offense side of the ball. And eventually, Russell Wilson's going to come back.
That's true.
He's going to come back.
They only said Justin Fields was starting the week at quarterback because Russell Wilson's not back yet.
Because he has that hammy?
Calf.
It's a calf.
Yeah.
It's a calf.
But you also got to keep in mind, right? And I was telling this to Sosa earlier today or yesterday. The Steelers came in and it was a last-minute quarterback change, right? Yeah, they're similar, but they're not the same.
Yeah.
They have a different play style. Justin Fields is going to be a lot more impromptu, right? He's going to run around more, make some things happen. Russell Wilson's going to stay in the pocket, throw those deep balls, hit the balls where they need to be. And you also have to think this is another year with another offensive coordinator and a new offense with Artie Smith. So it was week 1. There's going to be some adjustments for sure. They're going to start getting the run game going again, just like they did mid-season last season. But if Justin Fields does play, that Justin Fields connection to George Pickens looked good. It was good. They had that penalty that was thrown for that bullshit pass interference. I don't know if you guys saw that, but he didn't even extend his arms and he caught a 40-yard bomb and they called it back. So a lot of mistakes week 1, but they'll clean it up. New offensive coordinator, quarterback switch last minute. They'll figure it out. I like Justin Fields as a waiver wire pick.
See, I got a couple of predictions for this week too.
I'm just not feeling that Justin Fields waiver wire pick. I'd rather go with Baker, but I don't think anybody really needs a quarterback that much right now.
No,
but
unless you had Jordan Love like Nick.
Unless you had Jordan Love.
But he got Tua.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. But I mean, Baker, I would definitely still put Baker above for sure.
Cool. Week 2. There's a lot of games going on this week. Some ones to maybe look out for. The big one, Dolphins and Bills. I feel like that's going to be a good game. I'm interested to see what the Vikings and Niners do. Sam Darnold looked good. He looked really good. when they played this past week. So that might be a good game to look out for.
Again, remind me who they were playing? Who are they playing? The Giants. I mean, anybody look good when they play the Giants, man. They got nobody on the defensive side, man.
No. I mean,
Chiefs-Bengals. Chiefs-Bengals is going to be a good one. Let's see how Joey Burrow reacts to this last week upset loss against the Patriots.
Again, talking about the Bucs again, man. They got a hard one though. You know, they're going up against Detroit. I don't know if they're coming out of Ford Stadium.
They are not coming out of Ford Stadium with a win.
I don't know. We'll see.
Detroit's good, man. I like Dan Campbell. Got it.
I do too. I like him too. I like the way he runs his program, man.
So this week 2, you think McCarthy's gonna go ahead and let Aubrey kick that 70-yarder or what?
He should have, man. We would have saw history in the fucking making. To let him do.
He would have made that too. He would have made
that. Good one to look out for too. That I'm probably gonna watch Sunday night. Bears Texans. Maybe Caleb Williams gets his redemption game after week 1. If the Bears beat the Texans, it's gonna be a big feat right there for Caleb Williams.
I don't think that's happening. I think just Texans overall just too loaded.
But here's the thing though, the offense was bad, right? There's no doubt about it. The Bears' offense was bad. Their defense was good. Their defense played so good.
Oh, but they didn't do that good.
Their defense?
They let a lot of points scored.
14? They held the Titans to 14?
I mean, it was the Titans. This ain't the Titans.
But they're not bad. And they got that lockdown corner, Johnson. He is nice.
I mean, with Diggs now
it'll be a tough matchup for sure. But
I have a lot of high hopes for
defense,
Stroud.
Man.
Yeah, Stroud I have a lot of high hopes for. He's pretty good.
I'm pretty sure the Bears had they had a touchdown on the defensive side. They had a couple of takeaways on
I think most of the points were on defense.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that Bears defense, they can hold up.
Weren't all their points on defense? I don't remember. Yeah. I think so. They had a punt return.
I actually have the Bears defense.
Scored all the points?
They gave me, I'll tell you right now, they gave me 22 points. So they had 244 yards, 17 points.
How many touchdowns?
2 touchdowns.
14? So all that in a field goal, right? What was the final score?
The final score, I don't know what the score is.
24-17, so yeah.
Okay. So
but I have the Bears defense.
Yeah. That'll be a good one. So.
Yeah, let's hope so.
All right, cool. Okay, so
but honestly, even though I do have their defense, I think the Houston Texans are pretty good team offensively. Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah, CJ Stroud's pretty good. All right, well, that's it for week 2. Our predictions going into week 2, gave you some of our fantasy predictions. Now we're going to be closing up. That will conclude our first episode of Brotherly Banter. For anyone listening in still, thank you so much. It's going to be super fun. We plan to do it every week. There might be some issues here and there because we're just starting off, but, I mean, so far it's been super fun.
Yeah, I just want to, reiterate what JJ said, man. Thank y'all so much for listening. This was fun putting this together, man. Y'all didn't see the behind the scenes, man. We've been here trying to get this together. So, yeah, it's really good that y'all listen, man. Just keep tuning in. We're going to give you what you'll need to get your fantasy team on track. And, I just hope y'all enjoyed, man.
Oh, exactly. And obviously it's going to be rough at the beginning, but I think the more we get into it, it's going to be awesome and it's going to go smooth. So thanks for listening and we appreciate every one of y'all. And again, y'all don't have to take our word for it, but hey, if we can help out a little bit.
Hey, we're just here to talk shit.
Yeah. And drink some beer.
That's right. Go Cowboys, baby.
Cowboys all the way. We're taking it, baby. We that boys. It's our year, baby. It's our year.